Good morning guys, and welcome to a new vlog. It's a Monday morning for us. It's a very nice day. It's going to be very hot today. We've got lots to do today.
Tons. I've been up really early. Tried to get Lee up as usual. He laid in bed for about an hour. So I got up at 6:30. He got up at 8:30.
Let me know when I can speak again.
It's 9 o'clock now, and I'm ready to go. So many things planned.
Seeing as you can't seem to be able to stop talking, I'll give you the camera.
Right then, come round here. So this is not a normal vlog. This is basically, we're going to share with you now our tips and tricks for booking a very cheap holiday in Florida, including getting it really cheap when it's the kids' holidays as well, which is a really important thing for people in the UK because holiday companies always slap the price up high.
So basically, as you know, we're going to Florida. So this is what we've experienced in booking our holiday to Florida and what we found out, and some good advice, etc. We thought we'd share with you guys.
It's probably going to run over a couple of parts because we've got quite a lot to cover and there's lots of things in there, and trust me, you guys can get a really, really cheap holiday in Florida. So stay tuned. So we're all set up, ready to go, and the first thing we need is all the essential things for planning a holiday. So first things first, we need coffee, Mickey Mouse ears, Mickey Mouse toy. I'm not sure what that's relevant for. Does that just give you moral support?
Yeah.
Holiday guides and travel guides, notepad and pen, and laptop. We're going to share some screen things on here today so you guys can actually see what we can see. So let's get set up. Right, so they need to go on.
I'd like to know, how come you've not got any Mickey ears?
Because they're not Mickey ears, they're Minnie Mouse ears.
How about you just have that on the top of your head?
You can't see it, unfortunately. So paper and pen, absolute essential, first thing, and a cup of coffee, and lots of spare time. Right, do you want to write things down?
Okay.
So I've got this thing that I'm going to cover basically and how we're going to structure these videos. So we've been to Florida how many times?
4, 5?
5 times, and we've learnt things the hard way. We've done the dab things and spent and wasted time, and we've kind of realised the best way to do these kind of holidays is, well, we'll share the tips when we come to it. So the first part of this video is basically deciding when to go.
Yeah, it was easy for us because we're going when the lodge is closed.
Yeah.
In January, so that we don't have to spend so much time in the West.
But we did a lot of research and decided basically there's 3 times of the year. There's between sort of January straight after Christmas through to March before it gets too busy.
Too hot.
Anytime from March through to August is quite hot weather, and you can almost guarantee to get thunderstorms every single day around sort of 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we've been and done that once, haven't we? And that is quite refreshing.
Absolutely bounces it down for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like tropical storms.
Really bad.
But then it's back to, it dries up in about 5 minutes, and it's back to lovely weather.
And then the other time is obviously from August through to Christmas. October time, we've done that once as well.
That's great for Halloween.
It is, but you run the risk of being trapped in a hurricane. Yeah. We never have. No. We've never had, but we always watch it and panic that, oh, the holiday's going to be cancelled. So if you are going to think about booking in October, just be mindful that you could end up having the holiday cancelled. So if you can avoid that, then I probably would do.
February, March, April time, I think is perfect.
Yeah, so we're going in January.
That's because the West Coast closed. But for parks, that is one of their quietest times, so we should hopefully be able to get on all the rides pretty quickly. Right, so what's the next bit?
The next section is essentials before you book. So the first thing you need is you need the new style passports with the biometric symbol on it, the chip passport. You can't get into America now without those. And you must have a valid visa or a valid visa waiver. And if you're in the UK, I think in Canada, and a couple of other countries, you can apply onto and I'll put the correct web address below.
For an ESTA.
For an ESTA, yeah, which is a visa waiver. Be very mindful of not Googling and picking other websites that do it on your behalf and charge you a fortune. It's actually $14 to get an ESTA, and it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to do it.
And everybody who goes to the USA has to do that, don't they?
Yeah, everybody in the UK has to, even children have got to have their own ESTAs, which has been a bit of a nightmare for us, hasn't it? Because we have to renew half our passports, or our family has to renew half our passports.
The kids don't have passports because they've never been abroad, so having to apply for those. So make sure you give yourself plenty of time for planning these things.
Yeah. So the next thing we're going to do is look at the flights. Now we found quite a sneaky trip that some of the holiday companies were doing. If you go onto websites such as Virgin or Thomas Cook or places like that that do flights, and you do a flight search, what it does is it registers that you've got an interest in the dates that you go in, and then you check back in an hour's time and the flights have gone up because it knows that there's interest. So what we do is we go onto Google Flights and we go and put a search in there, and it pulls, it's like a comparison site, pulls all the flights back, but it doesn't actually touch the websites themselves. It just gets the flight information. So you can get a quote without actually going onto the website. I'll show you exactly what I mean now. Overlap the screen onto here. Right, so as you can see, I'm just going to do a quick search and I'm just going to pull up some dates. Let's say we're going to fly from Manchester and we're going to go to Orlando. and we're going to choose. So let's imagine that we're flying on Wednesday the 23rd of January and we're going to go for 2 weeks. So we're coming back on the 6th and we'll do a search. And as you can see, these are the prices here. And if I click on them and go through, that's actually going to put the price up because I'm doing a query on their website. So I'm just going to dig a bit more. We want non-stop flights. And there we go, £406. That's actually what we paid. We're not going on that date, but the price is the whole of January at that price. You click on it, it shows you the flight time. So 11:35 from Manchester to Orlando on a Boeing 747. Okay, I'm quite happy with that now. What I want to do is go through and book it. Click select flight. I think you've got to choose your return flight as well. And then as soon as I click that button there, that's going to go now straight onto the Virgin website and book that for me. As soon as Virgin realise that I've done a query on that, within an hour their price will go back up. This is Google Flights. Just type in Google Flights into Google and click the first link that comes up and you can basically do all your flying planning all from there, and it's got all flights for the whole world basically on there. Right, so we found our flight, £406. You want to just make a note of that? Next thing is the villa.
We had a look at Disney hotels.
Yeah.
Because there's 8 of us, it was something ridiculous. Like £20,000 for 2 weeks, so that wasn't an option for us. But even if there's only 2 of you, it's probably still cheaper to go in a villa because you get a pool, a hot tub if you want it. So it's definitely, even if there's just 2 of you, it's definitely still worth looking for a villa.
Yeah. So the 2 sites I would recommend if you're trying to find a villa or even a hotel is for hotels, use something like booking.com or hotels.com. You can find quite cheap hotels in Orlando, or even try Airbnb as well. The site that we booked on was a site called HomeAway. And I'm just going to show you now why we use this, because we're familiar with the areas of Florida and we wanted a villa in a particular area, and this website lets you basically browse by map. So we're just going to show you how that works now, and you can obviously check it out and see what you guys think. Okay, so this is the website homeaway.co.uk. They also have homeaway.com. Similar thing to what you did with the flights. However, these prices don't go up if you do queries on them. So we want Orlando. We want to arrive on the 23rd of January. We want to leave on the 6th of February. Let's say, we'll do our party size. 6 adults, 2 children, no pets, and go. Do a quick search. And the benefit of this website, it's got, like I said, it's got the map, so you can actually zoom around and find out where you want a villa. And you can also put filters on, like I want a pool. So I'm actually going to do that. So let's have a look at the more filters. We want pool, internet access, and what else do you fancy?
Air conditioning.
Air conditioning, absolute must. Actually, probably not in January.
And we want a villa.
Villa.
Or a home.
Or a bungalow or a home. Yep. So that will obviously narrow down the results. Apply the filter. Okay, so here's the results. So this is the map, and these little blue dots is where all these different villas appear. And if you hover on the left, you can see that they turn orange, so you can see where they are. Now we like to stay in Kissimmee, because years ago when we went, we stayed in this little region here, and there's a Walmart on the corner, and we love that, don't we? So we like to sort of walk out on a night.
So as you browse around the map, the left part updates with the villas.
So this one here is quite close, so we'll have a quick look at this. So if you click on it, it shows you there, and you can basically click on that and it loads in a separate window. We don't want to do that, so let's have a quick browse around. Oh, there's actually some hotels on the street that we were on, so let's have a look at that one. So where's this one here? That's just over there. That one, I like that one. So if we have a look at that, and then you can also book instantly, get an instant confirmation, or you can send a query to the owner and then they can choose to accept it or not, and you can negotiate pool heating and things like that, which we would recommend.
Definitely.
In January, well, anytime from October really through to March, I would definitely recommend pool heating because it can be quite cold. Even though the air's warm, it can be quite cold.
Every time we've been, even when we've been in the height of American summer or Floridian summer,
it's wind cold.
We've always got pool heating because it's just nice to get in on a night, and it's nice.
So if you want to book it, you just click the book button, pay your deposit, and off you go. You get an email from the owner saying that it's all confirmed. So the next part is obviously you're going to have to get around, because in Florida you can't walk around places. It's so big.
Do you want me to write the price down for that villa?
Oh yeah, it was £128 a night. You do the maths for 14 nights.
Yeah, so between 8 people, that's good. Obviously, if you're just 2, 3...
It's probably going to be cheaper if you do hotels. Yeah. So it builds your holiday up in components.
And can you do hotels on that site as well?
No, you can do other people's homes, like apartments and things like that, for guests of 2.
Yeah.
Or you can do hotels on hotels.com or booking.com, something like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at is finding the cheapest car deal. Again, always use comparison sites, because once you start clicking on it, they will actually change their prices if you start querying it and looking at whether it comes with insurance and things like that, and they can see that you're digging in. So always stay on the comparison site until you're absolutely sure that you want to book it. So I'll just show you an example of the one that we use. It's just Travel Supermarket, and I'll load that up on the screen now. So as you can see, this is travelsupermarket.com, which is part of moneysupermarket.com. And I'm just only interested in car hire. You can actually use this for hotels as well, by the way, as well as hotels.com. It's quite a good site, and it does pulls all the major
flights as well.
Flights and things like that.
Is this where we got our car from?
This is where we got our car from. It actually introduced us to another company through this site called Auto Europe, and they were the cheapest cars that we could find. And the car rental was through budget, but the car that we had was obviously for 8 people, and we had to go up to a 12-seater van.
Yeah.
But it was really, really cheap. It was £663 for 2 weeks, including the gold insurance and fuel and additional drivers.
So we'll show a photo of the car the van that we've actually got.
Well, we'll hopefully find it on here. Yeah. So put in the airport that you want to pick it up from. So we don't want Sanford, we want Orlando International. Set the date to 2019. Is that right?
Yep. 23rd.
16th of January through to the 3rd of January through to the 6th, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So we're going to arrive, let's say, 4 in the afternoon, and we're going to drop the car off at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you're just short of a day. If you go over a day, it'll put another car day's rental on. Do a search, and you can then filter by the car size that you need. So obviously we need a large car. So once it's finished searching, and it's just about to finish here, there we go, all done. So I'm going to scroll down now and see what we can get a van for, which is going to be suitable for our needs. Obviously, you guys might need a 4-seater, a 7-seater, whichever. There's lots to choose from, so you could be looking a while. But let's imagine that we're happy with this one here, or we'll have this one here. So a full-size 5-passenger car, 4 bags, 5 doors, air conditioning, collision waiver, local taxes included, and limited mileage. Okay, we like that. Again, you click on that view deal, and it goes through to the Argos car hire. They'll now register that there's interest, and in an hour's time, the price on that website will go up. So let's put that down as our price of our car.
How much was that?
330? 342.
342.
And that's from Thrifty. So that's basically what we do for car hire. So you've got the three basic things. You've got your accommodation, you've got your flight and your car. Total all that together, we paid £702.
Per person for 8 people.
For 2 weeks, which is absolutely fantastic. You would not get a package holiday from that. You pick the car up from the airport and drive to your hotel, drive to your villa or your hotel. The expense in Florida comes from the theme parks.
And the food. So that was part 1. Like I said, Nick will put all the information in the description below, links to all the websites that he uses.
The next video, part 2, is going to be itinerary planning and how you structure your days in Florida.
How we've done it.
How we've done it. We'll show you our itinerary, what we're planning on doing, where we're going. And we generally split it down into sort of morning, afternoon and evening, but check out part 2 for that. I'll tell you the topics it's going to cover: park tickets, travel guides, character dining, pre-bookable events and things that you have to do in advance, and all that will be covered in the second part.
So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked that travel tip to Walt Disney World of Florida. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already a lodger to become part of the Lodge Gang, so you can see all our vlogs, holiday guides, us on holiday, all our day-to-day life, and we'll see you next time on Lodge Guys.
See you soon.